Hey y'all, this is Liberated Love Notes, a podcast on Living Corporate Network. We back. We are back. You already know this is your host, Brittany Janay. It's feeling like it's giving a homecoming. It's giving 1 year reunion. We actually started this journey exactly 1 year ago. Like to the date, y'all. This episode, this trailer is running 1 year after we initially dropped the first trailer. The Liberated Love Notes podcast is the podcast adaptation of something I like to think or consider my heart and soul love project. If you ain't know, Liberated Love Notes, critical self-reflections and affirmations for the culture is something I created also a little over a year ago, an affirming and unlearning card deck for Black folks, y'all. And so we back. We are back for season 2. This podcast, of course, is your weekly dose of affirmations, self-reflections, and reimagining for us by us. I feel like it only makes sense for me to reintroduce myself. In the spirit of evolution and growth, this ongoing becoming, if y'all recall, if you really been rocking with us, if y'all recall last season, I invited us to consider who we are beyond what we do. Right? How many times are we asked, tell me a little bit more about yourself. Who are you? Where you from? Anti-Blackness and colonialism can absolutely have us believe in that who we are is limited to, what we do, our professions, all the things. These systems and norms will absolutely have us believing that we are worthy to the extent that we can produce, to the extent that we are qualified as worthy by our jobs, by white institutions, by corporate America, by white folks, to the extent that, we are self-sacrificial and doing for others, even to our demise or to our detriment, right? And so we disrupt that. I'm interrupting this notion that burnout is a barometer to commitment and engagement. I reject that lie daily. I want that for us. I want that for you. So yeah, let me actually get off my soapbox, because this is literally only a trailer. And as I was saying, might just use this as an opportunity to reintroduce myself for the folks who are coming back, introduce myself to the folks who perhaps are new to this journey. I am Brittany Janay. I am human, worthy enough. Y'all, I am in a season of transition, a season of grieving. I am in a season of newness and new life. And so I am grateful. I am something like a perpetual wanderer and seeker. Y'all, I got many, many questions, and I don't really be looking for answers or solutions any more than I enjoy being in this posture of wonder. I am striving to imagine and reimagine in so many areas and realms of my life. I am from Elmer C. Coppage Sr. and Lewis A. Harris Sr. I am their wildest dream, and I mean that in the literal, y'all. if you were rocking with us last season, you know that I spoke quite a bit about my elders. I spoke quite a bit about my grandfathers. Who knew, y'all? Who knew that they both transitioned into ancestorship earlier this year? Like together. Together. It's interesting because the last two episodes of the season, the last two episodes of last season, I talked a little bit more about my elders while they were present and here in this realm. And at the end of the season, affirmed how we are an answered prayer in our ancestors' wildest dream, not even realizing what the top of this year would bring me and our family. And so the end of last season, now that I think about y'all, felt real prophetic and divine. If you haven't already, go ahead and listen to the last two episodes because I'm going to reference those quite a bit in this season. Back to my reintroduction though. I am still in this season. I am discerning. I am open. I am remembering. I'm doing a lot of remembering. I am Black woman and mother. I am advocate for equity, justice, radical self-love. I am committed to being possibility for what it means to show up as one's most liberated self. Heavy on the possibility. I ain't nobody's role model. I'm something like a recovering DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion. I'm something like a recovering DEI practitioner, y'all. And I'll probably talk a little bit more about that this season. I am healing. I am an ongoing learner and unlearner. I am always contending with the ways in which internalized oppression, colonialism, anti-Blackness, and white supremacy show up in me. I am mindful. If I don't do that work, I am mindful that if I don't do that work, I perpetuate horizontal harm and trauma in community with other Black folks. And I don't want that. I don't want that. I am a cisgender woman. I am a lighter skinned Black woman in the context of a system and structure where proximity to whiteness certainly can put me in a position to cause harm if I'm not aware. Colorism is a byproduct of white supremacy and is real. I am someone who experiences socioeconomic access and stability in this season. We got to be real aware of, and as much as we are mindful and our experiences as Black bodies or in our Black bodies are important to who we are and our lived experiences, we got to be mindful of these intersections, y'all. Because if we ain't careful, we can end up perpetuating harm where we hold power and privilege. And so I just want to name those intersections because I am always contending with what that means for me. This is just a trailer. I ain't even supposed to be getting or going that deep. And so I hope y'all will commit to being with me this season. We back every Monday as I process, reflect, share, wonder, imagine, and certainly invite y'all to do the same. Even that exercise I just did, right? Who are you? Perhaps who are you from? I'm curious, how is that different than who you were this time last year? How are you responding differently than perhaps how you responded last year? Who are you? Who are you from? Do some journalism. Oh, not journalism, journaling around that. Who are you? Who are you from? And how is that different from how you might have responded last year. That was just a taste of my reintroduction. This entire season is going to be a reintroduction, y'all. This season is going to be about transitions. At least that's what I'm thinking now, but we'll see where spirit, right? We'll see where spirit takes us. I imagine this season 2, will be all about transitions as I navigate them in real time. I'll certainly be talking a little bit more about processing the transition of my beloved elders to ancestors, and how remembering ancestral reverence has evolved into a form of self and communal care for me, for my family. Transitions in my intimate relationships. I forgot to share that I am a whole fiance. Though I wish I had access to some congratulations music there. I'm a whole fiance. Black love is certainly alive and well in these streets. And so hella transitions. My transitions at work. And so processing in real time my transition from the job I've held for 6 years, y'all. No lie, my last day is upcoming. This upcoming Friday, Good Friday at that. And so I feel like I'll have some divine reflections and just wonderings in the next episode as I process that transition alone. This is only supposed to be a trailer, so I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. I want to share, though, a journal entry that I wrote that has helped me make sense of transitions. How I've come to understand time has helped me make sense of grief, all the things. A journal entry, something like a poem, a processing, a wondering that I offer to you as I wrap up this trailer or episode 0. It is entitled Forever. Just because it didn't last forever doesn't mean it wasn't good. Doesn't mean it wasn't worthy. Doesn't mean it wasn't valuable. Doesn't mean it wasn't meaningful, purposeful, powerful, and love. Just because it didn't last forever doesn't mean it wasn't good. I release myself from the lie that how much influences how worthy. I release myself from the lie that fidelity and success are only measured by how long. I am present and I am grateful for my experiences, my relationships, for the wins, for the ones that felt like L's. I am present and I am grateful for my experiences, my relationships, even when they end. Just because it didn't last forever doesn't mean it wasn't good. Just because it won't last forever doesn't mean it ain't good. Doesn't mean it ain't good. Doesn't mean it ain't worthy. Who said forever was the goal? Peace, y'all. I'll catch y'all next week.